Hi everyone, this is Frank, and today we're going to be discussing how the Federal Reserve impacts your pocketbook, and more specifically, how it impacts your decision to buy or sell a home and the Fed's decision and its effects on the real estate market. So, the Federal Reserve and Fed Chairman Jay Powell have been in the news a lot lately because of their commitment to fighting inflation, which is why we've seen the Federal Reserve raise interest rates on several occasions. And according to Jay Powell's statements as of late, they're going to be committed to doing this to continue to raise interest rates until they control inflation. So, what does this mean for you? Well, during a strong economic environment, at least especially prior to COVID, interest rates were at record lows. And now, before I go any further, when we talk about interest rates and how the Fed lowers and raises interest rates, what that really means is that the Fed controls the cost of borrowing. So, prior to COVID, interest rates were at record lows, meaning the cost of acquiring capital to, say, get a mortgage to purchase a home or a loan to acquire a business was pretty much inexpensive for the most part, which is why we're in a very strong economic period of economic expansion. It was easier for businesses to acquire money to expand their operations, hire more employees. And of course, during the real estate boom, it was very easy for buyers to acquire a mortgage inexpensively, which is why we saw record low inventories and why we saw home prices really jump, because it was very inexpensive to acquire a loan, basically. But of course, we're in a different economic environment now where, because there's too little supply and too much demand and money in circulation, again, the supply issue, a lot of that has to do with COVID, supply chain problems, and other issues that, probably are outside the scope of this video. But the point is that we have little supply and too much demand and money in circulation, which is why we're seeing the cost of goods and services go up. And that is why the Fed is raising interest rates. They're trying to increase the cost of borrowing, so it makes it more expensive to acquire a home and to purchase goods and services and to even expand your business, with the hopes that if they do this, they can lower demand and thus lower the cost of goods and services. So how does this impact your decision to buy or sell a home? Well, if you're looking to buy right now, obviously we're seeing interest rates go up on mortgages. They're right now at about 6%. And based on the Fed's commitment to raising interest rates, more than likely we're going to see the interest on mortgages continue to go up, possibly at close to or at around 10%. But even as interest rates right now go up, the interest on mortgages right now, at least at the making of this video, is still at historical lows when you consider back during the 1980s, interest rates were at the double digits. Now, of course, today it's a little bit different because even now, as the market begins to shift, home prices are still at record levels. So it's more expensive overall to purchase a home. So there are trade-offs. But in any case, if you're a buyer right now, the cost of borrowing is going up. That means if you're a buyer, you want to be able to save more capital, be a little more prudent when it comes to deciding where you want to buy, what location, the type of property. But at the same time, as the market begins to shift from a seller's market to a buyer's market, as a buyer, you'll be able to have more negotiating power, more leverage when it comes to negotiating a contract, when it comes to buying a home, and you can ask for more concessions, which will make it a little bit easier for you when it comes to trying to save money when purchasing a home. If you're looking to sell a home right now, obviously we're not in the same market that we were in the beginning of 2022, where now we're starting to see the market slow down. We're starting to see more inventory. We're starting to see, what I've noticed is that the prices on listings begin to drop, and we're seeing much more inventory in the market. So what that means for you as a home seller, and I've said this before in other videos and content I've created, it's very important to keep in mind that if you want to sell your home, you want to sell it at market price. You might be able to get away with selling your home for a little bit above market value when the market was booming, but we're in a different environment right now. So selling your home at market value can actually increase the probability of getting more buyers to bring you offers at or even above list price, because buyers will know a good deal when they see one. So when you sell your home at market value, there's a higher probability of getting offers at or even above list price. And that's, of course, if you price your property correctly. But when you look at the Federal Reserve, and every time Jay Powell speaks, just keep in mind more than likely that the cost of borrowing is going to go up to acquire mortgages, to acquire loans to start businesses. Even the interest rates on credit cards are going to go up as well. And that's all in an attempt to try to curb demand and bring down the cost of goods and services and bring down inflation. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We can watch all my videos relating to real estate, the economy, and my video tours on properties in the Tampa Bay area and beyond. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.